I want you to put in the chat the answer to this question. How do you feel about working with buyers right now? Stressed, sigh, yeah, neutral. Love them. All right, Jasenia, I like that. Slow, depends on the buyer. Love it. Okay. Buyers, they're not easy all the time, right? They change their minds. They ghost you after you've spent 3 weekends with them. They know more than you because they studied real estate on Google rather than listening to your expertise. And they certainly think that they know the market better than we do. Um, we've all been there. I can see one, Nicole loves it. But I also know that Nicole has dealt with some difficult buyers as well. So thank God you still love it. That's actually really encouraging. So in those moments, it's easy to feel like worn down. Like, do I even want to keep going at this? Is all the effort, is the weekends and the nights and all of that even worth it? So I want you to now put in the chat, why? Why do you continue to help buyers? Learning. Yep. What else? The reward, right? I totally agree with that. Finding them a house, right? And hello, you do get paid if it actually works. The opportunity to help others. Yeah, I agree with all of those. So the idea today, the experience that you're going to get, yep. The idea today is we're going to reconnect with the good for working with buyers. Okay. And when we do that, the how and the what, they actually start to make sense again and hopefully remove some of those difficult feelings that many of us have working with them. So here's what we often forget. What we do actually matters beyond the one transaction. According to the National Association of Realtors, get this, every time a home is sold, it generates $120,000 in local economic impact. Like, think about that. Like one home, one family, over $120,000 circulating back into the local economy, right? That's movers that are getting work, it's contractors getting jobs, landscapers, lenders, attorneys, all earning a living because you guys showed up and did your job. So help yourself realize you don't just sell real estate, you actually are strengthening the community. You're like fueling the opportunity. You're part of that whole American heartbeat in terms of helping the economy around you. All right, how about this one? According to the Federal Reserve, the average homeowner's net worth is nearly 40 times greater than a renter. Let that sink in, right? It's 40 times greater to be a homeowner in terms of the net worth than a renter, right? But that's not only about money. It also builds stability for people, it builds dignity for people, and it creates a legacy for people, right? Every time you help someone step into home ownership, it's the beginning of their story. So you're not just helping them, buy the 4 walls and the roof, right? You're helping them build a foundation for their future and for their children's future and for their children's children. Success is knowing your purpose in life, growing it to your maximum potential, and sowing seeds that benefit others. Doesn't that sound like real estate? Right? Pushing you to your greatest purpose in life, growing your maximum potential, but you're also sowing seeds that benefit others. We actually are helping others while we help ourselves, right? One home, one family at a time. Sometimes it's easy to forget what we're actually doing here, right? That young couple that walks through their first open house, like they're imagining their future as homeowners. the family that needs to upsize, they need a bigger place, and they're dreaming about how they're going to grow in that space. The retiree, after working for 30, 40 years, some financial freedom. And you all do not just sell them a property, you sell them hope, you sell them security. Like, this is the American dream that you get to be a part of. And when we realize that, the frustrations do become a little bit lighter. They don't go away, but they do become a little lighter, because now every client becomes an opportunity to serve, not to just sell, and to create a bigger impact on the world around you. It's like when you're standing beside a pond, right? Picture a pond, and you pick up one small pebble and you throw it into the pond. At first, it seems like nothing. It's just a tiny little splash. But then the ripples begin to move outward, wider and wider and wider, until they touch every single part of the pond. That's what your work is like. Every showing, every closing, every client that you help, it's not just one deal. It's a deal that ripples through a family's future. It touches the local businesses, it touches their schools, it touches all our community. Your actions, your professionalism, your integrity, your service create these waves that extend far beyond what you can actually see. And some ripples actually go much farther than you'll ever even know. And that's the beauty of what we do. We don't always see the full impact. We just got to trust that it matters. So this week, when you're tempted to roll your eyes at the next HGTV expert that is coming your way, or want to pull your hair out at the next buyer who has changed their mind suddenly, pause and remember the purpose, right? That you're not just a salesperson. You are a person who is building dreams. You are a community builder. You are a wealth builder, not just a salesperson. Every time you hand over a set of keys, you're unlocking more than one door. You're unlocking a future. When you help one family find a home, you don't just change the address, you change their lives. That's the kind of impact worth dedicating your time, your life, your energy to.